Today I am talking about the astrology sign of Gemini. It is a masculine energy. It is an air sign, and so it correlates to how we communicate. It correlates to our human mind, how we take in information. And so the Gemini energy is going to gather as much information as it can in any situation, because it comes down to making a choice and knowing both sides. It is the astrology sign of the twins. And as the Gemini energy is gathering the information, it's forming its opinion, which will lead to ultimately its decision, perhaps its truth. And it's important to remember it's a very fast-moving energy. It's ruled by the planet Mercury, and oftentimes, the Gemini is the planner, or they are the person who's going to organize the information and make it happen. They're also easily distracted and perhaps change plans very quickly. And so ultimately, the Gemini energy reminds us about the ways in which we can choose our truth, the ways in which we can gather information and take it in order to assess, right? It also has to do with short-term travel, anything that's going on in your immediate everyday life. The human mind is only limited to so much information. The Gemini energy is the avenue, it's the vehicle, it's the one who's going to gather the information, come to a conclusion, and get ready, because it's a fast-moving energy. And ultimately, it does come down to communication and truth. It's about having conversations. It is an energy where it is fast thinking and it's very witty. And ultimately, the Gemini energy is a social butterfly. It's definitely a person you want to have as your friend. Gemini energy ultimately comes down to making choices and honoring what resonates as truth. Going from an opinion to then resonating with what is my truth. The Gemini energy as a surfer, they struggle to make a decision of where they're going, but ultimately they're looking at all the options. And then they finally decide that they're going to a certain surf break, and they get there, they're ready to paddle out, but on the way they're saying hello to every single person that is there, whether they know them or not. They are taking the time to say hi to people that they've met, that they know, and that they haven't met. Finally, they start to paddle out, and when they get there in the lineup, there are so many options. Which one do I choose? Which wave do I choose? Eventually, they make a decision and they go for it. And so ultimately, we can trust that the Gemini energy as a surfer is taking in all the information, and they are gathering everything they need, all the options they have, and finally, they go for it.